how can velocity be 0? Let's look at this kinematics problem. So a runner covers 400 meters in 50 seconds in a race. Now calculate the average speed of this runner, and B, calculate the average velocity of this runner. And here we are given that the runner started from here, so the initial position is here, and also ended the lap at the same position. So the final position is also at the same point. The key important things to note here is the difference between distance and also displacement. So distance is the path length. So the total distance traveled from the beginning to the finish of this race is 400 meters. So the distance D is 400 meters. All right. What about the displacement? The displacement is the change in position. All right. So in 50 seconds, the change in position of this runner is just 0 because the runner started from the initial position and ended at the initial position as the final position. Okay. So displacement in this case, which is given as the final position minus the initial position. In this case, we have the runner start at the 0 position and finished the lap by returning to that same 0 position. So both the initial and the final positions are 0. Here we have the displacement delta x, which is final position, which is 0, minus the initial position, which is again 0. And that is going to give us delta x is equal to 0. Now let's look at the definitions for speed and velocity. A, the average speed is equal to the path length traveled, which is distance divided by time. And in this case, we know the distance to be 400 meters divided by the time, which is 50 seconds. 400 divided by 50 is going to be 8. And then meters divided by second is the unit for speed, meters per second. So that is the average speed. Now let's look at the velocity. So B, the average velocity is equal to displacement divided by time. And that is equal to 0 divided by 50 seconds. And that will give us a result of 0. And the key difference is that from start to finish, the path length traveled is 400 meters because distance is a scalar quantity. We are only interested in how far from the start to finish. What is the length of the path traveled? That is distance. However, displacement is a vector quantity. So each time we need to consider both the magnitude and the direction. So if this runner started from here and then went this way, it will have some magnitude and direction. And then let's say goes that way, it's going to have some magnitude and direction. And you can see that these directions are different directions. So in the end, the net effect is going to be 0. That is, the runner is going to end up at this same initial position, which is the starting position. So if that is the origin, that is 0. So 0 minus 0 gives us the displacement. So this runner after 50 seconds has not been displaced, came back to the original position. So that is why we have the displacement to be equal to 0. And that is what differentiates between speed and velocity. Speed is a scalar quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity. All right. I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, give us a like, also share so that this video will reach more students, and also follow, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.